Now call upon Jim Haney, St. Paul's Lubbock, and President of the Standing Committee. See, staying out there.
Elizabeth, I'm reminded of that great immortal line from Little Big Man. Sometimes the magic works, and sometimes it doesn't. You carried that off with aplomb, trying to deal with technology that didn't cooperate. Before I put on my standing committee hat, if I could just put an addendum to what Renee had to say. It's great to do camp with all kinds of wonderful clergy. You may have noticed, though, with Mother Leanne being sick this summer, the list was very male. I would put out a plug to my sister clergy. It'd be really nice to have some female participation too. So we'd love to have you all joining us in the teaching ministry at camp. So just no pressure, but just want to make that offering. All right, standing committee hat, and this is a sad duty of the standing committee. We passed this resolution yesterday for convention to consider, and here it is. Whereas the mission of St. Luke's in Levelland, Texas has ceased conducting services or other ministries, and whereas the few remaining parishioners of St. Luke's have requested the mission be closed, therefore resolved that with great sorrow the 64th Convention of the Episcopal Church in the Diocese of Northwest Texas sadly honors their request and officially closes the mission of St. Luke's in Levelland, effective at the close of this convention.
So Jim, Father Jim, Robbie, Deborah, Kay, can y'all come out here for a minute? We want to thank you for all the years of ministry. I will never forget what Claire Cowden, what's her last name now? Field said. We often act as if when a church closes or when it dies, it fails. And when human beings die, we don't say they failed. You lived and breathed and made a huge contribution in the world, and ministry happened, and we are really grateful, and we want to thank you for all those years of service, and we're really, really grateful for you. Thank you. I'm required by canon to take a vote. A second is not needed. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. You're still up, Jim, I think. No? No. I now introduce the wardens of the St. John's Vestry and the San Miguel's Bishops Committee, Kathy Campbell and Caesar Hinojosa. Y'all come on up.
Anybody that's associated, whether they're a voting member or not, visitor, anybody.
Anybody here from Odessa that's part of this, come on up. They do this or do I?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Come on up.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Kathy Campbell. I'm the senior warden of St. John's, and we're here on a very happy occasion. I'll give you a very brief history of San Miguel, and then you can see why that we are so glad to join back with them. In 1998, they began services at St. John with the diocesan support, and then around 2002, they petitioned for their own space, which was provided for them by the diocese. Then they started with Father Alberto Marino as their vicar. Then members of San Miguel, they started help. We came to St. John's. They were helping with our food pantry, and we were already doing things together. And then in 2018, Father Rick came to be their rector. And then in 2019, on Christmas Eve, we found out we needed a new priest. So he started helping us and serving our church. And during the pandemic, San Miguel met in our space so they could spread out. We have a very large space, so they could spread out. And then we started having activities together. We started having Unity Sundays. And it just seemed natural that we're sharing Father Rick. So the natural thing to do was to come back together and to be one presence in Odessa. So that's what we're here to do today. Whereas both the parish of St. John's Episcopal Church, Odessa, and the mission of Iglesias Episcopal San Miguel Archangel, Odessa, have been conducting worship services and meeting in the buildings of St. John's Episcopal Church for well over a year, and have conducted numerous services and activities jointly, with each congregation being faithfully guided by the pastoral leadership and love of the Reverend Ricardo Lopez during that time. And
whereas though a difficult and lengthy process of discriminant and prayer, trusting that just as God had called the two congregations into being together in the past, God continues to call them into every new tomorrow, looking forward to responding in relationship with their brothers and sisters in each congregation. The vestry of St. John's Episcopal Church, Odessa, and the Bishop's Committee of Iglesia Episcopal San Miguel Arcángel, Odessa, each voted unanimously to reunify as one parish, therefore.
Resolved that at the request of said vestry and Bishop's Committee, the 64th Diocesan Convention of the Episcopal Church of the Diocese of Northwest Texas approves the two congregations to once again be united as one parish, known both as St. John's Episcopal Church and San Juan in Espal, effective on the first day of January 2023, with the understanding that they will call the Reverend Ricardo Lopez as their rector.
No, hang on.
Hang on. Okay.
Don't go away.
Need discussion.
I have to have a second first, right?
No, that the two congregations have brought it.
Okay. Any discussion?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Some tremendous leadership there. Now call upon Mike Emer,